Ladies and gentlemen, there's something I need to tell you that might sting a little, but it just might save your life. You're wasting it. Not all of it, but enough of it to matter, enough of it to rob you of the life you were meant to live. And if that makes you uncomfortable, good. Growth always starts with a little discomfort. Time is your most valuable asset, not your money, not your job, not even your talent. It's the one thing you can never earn more of. You can make more money, you can rebuild your career, you can recover from setbacks, but the moment that just passed, it's gone forever. And yet, we treat time like it's free, like it has no weight. We spend hours in conversations that don't matter, chasing approval from people we don't respect, binge watching shows that don't teach us anything, doing things just to kill time. Kill time? That's insane. That's like burning money and smiling while you do it. You wouldn't walk into a room with a suitcase of cash and start lighting bills on fire just because you were bored. But that's exactly what people do every single day with their time. We make time for what matters. And if you ever catch yourself saying, I don't have time, what you're really saying is it's not a priority. Because the truth is you do have time. You're just giving it away carelessly. You check your phone 96 times a day. You spend 3 hours on social media. You say yes to things you should say no to, and then wonder why your dreams are still sitting in the back seat. The people who win, the ones who create real results in business and health and life, they treat time like a currency. Every minute is an investment. They spend it with intention, not reaction. They don't drift through their day hoping things get better. They design it. They own it. They schedule their priorities, not just their meetings. They say no more often than they say yes, not because they're rude, but because they're focused. Wasting time is a silent killer. It doesn't hurt today, but it adds up. And by the time you realize what you've lost, it's too late to get it back. Time compounds. Use it wisely and it rewards you. Waste it and you'll pay the price later with interest. Every hour you waste today is a dream you delay tomorrow. So stop acting like time is infinite. It's not. It's the most precious thing you've got. Treat it like gold. Distractions are everywhere. They've become so normal that we don't even notice them anymore. But make no mistake, distractions are the silent killers of your potential. They don't show up looking dangerous. They show up looking fun, convenient, urgent. A notification here, a quick scroll there, a reply to a message that could have waited. And just like that, your focus is gone. What you don't realize is that every time you let a distraction interrupt your flow, you're not just losing that moment, you're breaking momentum. And momentum is everything when it comes to building a life worth living. Your brain takes time to get into deep focus, that zone where the magic happens, where real work gets done, where creativity shows up, where breakthroughs happen. Doesn't come instantly. It's earned. And distractions pull you out of that zone before you ever get close. You might think it's harmless to check your phone every few minutes, to answer every email the moment it hits your inbox, or to jump between tasks just to feel busy. But all you're doing is fragmenting your attention and training your brain to live in reaction mode. And people who live in reaction mode never build anything significant. They stay stuck in the noise. They confuse motion with progress. They look busy but produce nothing. Distractions rob you of your life 1 minute at a time, and they do it so smoothly you don't even feel it happening. You sit down with big goals and good intentions, and before you know it, 3 hours are gone and you've done nothing that actually moves the needle. The people who rise above, the ones who create extraordinary lives, they don't just manage distractions, they eliminate them. They protect their focus like a fortress. They understand that attention is the new superpower, and they guard it like their future depends on it. Because it does. Every minute spent distracted is a minute stolen from your goals, your purpose, your legacy. So if you're serious about success, stop letting distractions have a seat at your table. Because while you're chasing noise, someone else is chasing greatness. And winning, every single choice you make today matters more than you think. Whether you realize it or not, every action, big or small, is a brick in the foundation of your future or a crack in the wall that weakens it. The truth is, your life isn't shaped by one big decision, it's shaped by 1,000 little ones. You're either moving forward or falling behind. There is no standing still. Every time you hit snooze instead of getting up, you're choosing comfort over growth. Every time you skip a workout, procrastinate on your goals, or spend your evening numbing out instead of leveling up, you're not just wasting time, you're stealing from your future self. People love to believe that success comes from some huge life-changing decision, but that's not how it works. Success is built in the invisible moments, the ones no one sees, when you choose discipline over distraction, purpose over pleasure, consistency over chaos. You may think these moments are small, that skipping one day won't hurt, but habits are built on repetition, and repetition creates identity. Your future is being formed in how you operate daily, in your patterns, your priorities, your mindset. And the scary thing is, many people don't even realize they're giving their future away. They don't notice how the choices they make today are quietly compounding, either in their favor or against them. That fast food meal isn't just unhealthy, it's reinforcing a standard. That hour lost to mindless scrolling isn't just downtime, it's time stolen from your vision. That meeting you said yes to even though it drained your energy, that's a misaligned decision costing you focus. You are either investing in your future or you are borrowing against it. And at some point, the bill will come due. Your goals don't care how you feel. They only respond to action. So when you choose ease today, you trade the life you could have tomorrow. But when you choose intentionality, even when it's hard, you build momentum, confidence, and a version of you that's unstoppable. Every decision is a vote for the person you're becoming. So ask yourself, who are you voting for today? One of the biggest lies people tell themselves is this: I'm just waiting for the right time. But the right time doesn't exist. It never has, it never will. The perfect moment you're waiting for, when the stars align, when you feel completely ready, when the fear magically disappears, that's not a moment that arrives. That's a delay tactic. That's fear wearing a mask called logic. And most people don't even recognize it. They tell themselves they're being smart, being patient, being strategic, but what they're really doing is stalling. Because taking action is uncomfortable. Starting before you feel ready means risking failure. And failure scares people more than staying stuck. But here's the truth: success doesn't come to the most prepared, it comes to the most courageous. The people who win in life aren't the ones who wait, they're the ones who move. They start the business even when they're still learning. They make the call even when their hands shake. They step forward even when they're unsure of the path. Why? Because they know clarity doesn't come from waiting, it comes from doing. Action creates momentum, momentum builds confidence, confidence becomes fuel. And that's how progress is made. Fear loves stillness. It feeds on indecision. The longer you wait, the louder the doubts get, the harder it becomes to move. And before you know it, weeks turn into months and months into years. You wake up one day and realize you've been circling the same goal in your head for a decade, but you've done nothing real to bring it to life. That's not strategy. That's fear disguised as planning. You don't need more time. You need to trust yourself. Trust that you'll figure it out as you go. Trust that you'll grow through the process. Trust that even if you stumble, you'll rise stronger. No one ever became great by waiting. They became great by leaping. So if you've been waiting for the perfect moment, let this be your wake-up call. The moment is now, because the future doesn't belong to the most ready. It belongs to the most willing. High performers don't leave their day to chance. They don't wake up hoping things go right. They take full ownership of their time, their energy, and their surroundings. Every hour on their calendar has a purpose. Every block of time is intentional. They're not reacting to the day, they're directing it. And that's the difference between people who make things happen and people who wonder where their time went. If you look at a high performer's calendar, you'll see priorities, not just appointments. Their workouts, their focused work blocks, even their recovery time, it's all scheduled, not squeezed in. Because they understand that if it's not scheduled, it's not real. They don't wait for time to open up. They make time for what matters. But it's not just about time, it's also about energy. High performers protect their energy like their life depends on it, because in a way it does. They know how to say no to the things that drain them. They choose people, projects, and habits that fuel them. They don't burn out trying to please everyone. They recharge, they eat with intention, they move their body, they sleep like it's part of the plan, because it is. They understand that high energy equals high output. And no strategy works if your body is running on empty. And then there's the environment. Your environment is either pulling you forward or holding you back. There's no neutral. High performers design their space to support their goals. They remove friction. They eliminate clutter, physical and mental. They set up their world so that their success becomes automatic. They don't rely on willpower. They engineer habits through design. And more importantly, they surround themselves with people who are also moving forward, because nothing kills momentum faster than being surrounded by those who are content with average. Owning your calendar, your energy, and your environment isn't about being rigid. It's about being intentional. It's about deciding that your goals matter enough to build your life around them, not squeeze them into the leftovers. That's what separates those who talk about growth from those who actually create it. Every day you wake up, you're either designing your life or defaulting to someone else's. There's no in between. If you're not clear about what you want, what you stand for, and where you're going, you'll get pulled into other people's agendas. The world is full of people who are more than happy to fill your calendar with their priorities, tell you what success should look like, and keep you comfortable enough to never question it. But here's the truth. If you don't define what your life should be, society will do it for you. And society doesn't care about your potential, it cares about your compliance. Go to school, get a job, follow the rules, don't question too much, don't dream too big. That's the system. And if you don't wake up, you'll spend your entire life running a race you never chose to be in. Designing your life isn't about perfection, it's about intention. It means stepping back and asking the hard questions. What do I actually want? What kind of impact do I want to make? What kind of life would make me feel proud at the end of it? Most people never ask these questions. They're too busy surviving. They're stuck in a loop, wake up, work, scroll, sleep, repeat, hoping that someday life will magically feel meaningful. But meaning doesn't show up by accident. It's built day by day, choice by choice. You don't stumble into fulfillment, you create it. The people who lead, the ones who inspire, the ones who live fully, they take responsibility for the blueprint. They don't wait for someone to hand them a map. They make one. They decide what kind of life they want, and then they reverse engineer it. They say no to what doesn't fit, and they say yes to what aligns. Even if it's hard, living by design takes courage. It means owning your time, your values, your voice. But the alternative is far worse, living a life that never felt like yours to begin with. So the question is, are you living by design or by default?